What's the difference between a bench trial and a jury trial? Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a medical malpractice and childbirth injury attorney practicing law here in the state of Maryland. And I would like to quickly talk with you today about a question that we get a lot, and that is from individuals who have been injured either in a car collision case or medical malpractice case, slip and fall, and they've been injured and they have questions about the process. They want to know, is there a difference between a jury trial and a bench trial? Well, before I get too far into the answer to this question, I want to give you some background and a good little understanding of some foundation as to some of the players when we're talking about a jury trial versus a bench trial. Now, for many of you, you've had an opportunity to see a jury trial because you see them a lot on TV or in movies, and that's where you have the two attorneys representing both sides, and then you've got your judge sitting at the bench, and then you've got some individuals over to the side, the jurors, and they are listening to the case. And when we're talking about a jury trial, one of the main functions of the jury is going to be the fact finders. That's what they're going to be there for. They're going to be listening to the evidence. They're going to be making determinations as to the facts. How did things play out? What witnesses they are going to believe. All of these things are going to be in the power or the realm of the jury. That is what their role is for. Now, we also remember I said you've got a judge there too. The judge is going to be present in that jury trial, and the judge's position, or one of the main roles of the judge, is to determine issues of law. So let's say, for example, you're in your jury trial, and one of the attorneys says objection. They object to what the other side is doing, and a determination has to be made as to that objection. And in many instances, when we're dealing with objections, you've got legal issues that have come up. There could be an issue with maybe hearsay, there could be an issue with relevance, there could be a whole host of things that could come up. And when that objection is made, the judge in that jury trial is going to be the referee there. The judge is going to listen to both sides and make a determination as to that issue of the law. So when you're thinking about a judge in a jury trial, that's one of the main functions of the judge, is to deal with those legal issues that can come up during the trial. Now, I'm going to now switch focus and I'm going to jump over to that bench trial. Remember I said a jury trial versus a bench trial. And when we're having a bench trial, what that means is that there will be no judge. I'm sorry, there will be no jury when we're talking about a bench trial. The judge will be there, the attorneys on both sides will be there, but the judge will listen to not only the legal issues, but the judge will make determinations also as to the facts of the case. So remember, like I said, in the jury trial, the jury is there and the jury is going to be listening to those factual disputes. The jury is going to be putting together the facts as they're presented in the case. When we're dealing with a bench trial, the judge is going to not only be dealing with the legal issues that come up, because objections are still going to be coming up more than likely during that bench trial, but the judge is also going to be making determinations as to the facts of the case. So now that I've taken a moment and I've given you a good foundation as to some of the crucial roles that each party plays, or each entity plays in a jury trial versus a bench trial, now the question is, what do you suggest? Or what do you take? Which one do you go? Do you go for the jury trial all the time, or do you go for the bench trial? Well, it's going to depend. That's the answer. In typical lawyer fashion, it's going to depend. In a lot of instances, you will have individuals where they have a case that comes up and they think that the case is going to be heavy on the legal issues in the case. I mean, it's really going to be a case that's dealing with a lot of legal issues. Some attorneys may say that a bench trial would be the way to go in that instance, because we're not really having too much of a factual dispute there. A lot of everything that's going to be focused on are going to be the legal issues. Some attorneys say when you have a case and it's going to be heavily fact-driven, or you've got a lot of determinations of facts that have to be made, not too many legal issues are showing up, then some attorneys suggest that you go the jury trial route. So as you can see, it's going to kind of depend on what you are trying to achieve with your case, or some of the big issues that you have to deal with in your case. Now, remember, what I'm telling you today is just general information. And what I would strongly suggest is that if you do have an attorney representing you in your jurisdiction, that you speak with that attorney about the nuances and about the critical issues in your case. Right now, what I'm talking about is just general information as it pertains to the state of Maryland. So what I would say is, if you're in another area, you're in another jurisdiction, and you have these issues coming up, and you do have an attorney representing you, I would strongly suggest that you talk with your attorney or your legal professional about how things are present in your case. If you have more questions about the Maryland medical malpractice process, maybe you're watching this video right now because you're trying to get some information as to how these things work in Maryland, and you have been injured because of something that a doctor did, or you were in the care of a hospital at the time, or maybe your baby has suffered an injury at birth and you've got further questions and concerns about what's going on in your life, this is what I invite you to do. And remember, it costs you absolutely nothing to take this next action. And what is that action, Marcus? To pick up the phone and give me a call. I can be reached at 301-850-4832. Or if you prefer, send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. I answer Maryland medical malpractice and childbirth injury, wrongful death questions just like yours all the time. And I'll be happy to take some time and listen to your story. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the medical malpractice and childbirth injury attorneys here at Boston Law Group LLC, and we will see you next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.